Tian, do you take taxis often?
I do. I take them about 6-7 times a week, so I'm actually quite an avid taxi user actually.
Well, in this clip, we are going to check out some stories sent in by Stompers which show taxi drivers in a bad light.
First up comes the story that DelGro has fired a taxi driver who slapped the passenger. The passenger was Stomper Francis, and his trouble started after he tried to pay for his fare using nets after finding out that he didn't have enough cash upon arriving at his destination.
Unfortunately, the Nets transaction failed to go through. He then suggested that the driver drive him to an ATM to withdraw some money. But at the ATM, Stomper Francis discovered that there were technical issues with the ATM, so he directed the driver to another ATM at Eunos MRT.
After Francis got the cash, he directed the driver back to his original destination. On the way, he discovered that the driver had left the meter running. He then questioned the driver on why this was so. The driver replied that if he was unhappy, he could take it up with the taxi company.
This is when things started to get out of hand. He wrote, "I got off the taxi and called Comfort DelGro to file a complaint and was attended to by CSO Sabrina. While I was talking to Sabrina, the driver bumped into the front part of my body twice and challenged me to a fight. The driver then used his right hand to slap my left cheek once. However, I did not retaliate. On the phone, our conversation and background were recorded before a report to the police was made regarding the din that the driver had created. The driver had also shouted, 'If you do not have money, don't take a taxi.'"
Comfort DelGro responded to Francis and had the following to say: "We agree with you that the driver should not have charged you extra and should most certainly have handled the situation better. As a limo driver, much more is expected of him, and we have decided to terminate his hiring agreement with us as he is not able to represent the company and what it stands for. With regards to the alleged assault, we believe the police will handle this and will certainly assist when needed."
I can't imagine meeting such an aggressive cabbie, and unsurprisingly, Stompers have chimed in with their comments. Stomper Papaya Man said, "If a taxi driver laid a hand on you, you will obviously be angry and lodge a complaint, right? I applaud Comfort's decision to fire the driver. Aggressive acts should never be tolerated."
This isn't the only cabbie rage story we have. In this other clip sent in by Stomper Carol, she shared her encounter with an aggressive cabbie at a petrol kiosk in Jurong West. She parked the car in front of her taxi so that her daughter could drop off some mail into the post box. However, the taxi driver said that she was parked too close to his cab. Carol pointed out that all the cabbie needed to do was to reverse into the empty space behind him in order to move his cab out of the lot. At this point, the cabbie turned aggressive and even said that Carol should pay him for the time that he has wasted. Carol offered to call the police to resolve the issue, but the cabbie decided to drive away instead. The episode left Carol fuming and her 2-year-old daughter crying in the car.
Stompers have reacted to the story, and Stomper All Purposes wrote, "This gentleman wanted to fight with a lady is really intolerable. She should file a police report in case something funny happens." But some Stompers also felt that perhaps Carol could have diffused the situation. One of them was Stomper What We Can Do, who said, "In such situations, a simple gesture of 'Sorry uncle, you need me to shift my car?' always helps rather than argue till the cows come home."
Well, that is enough of raging taxis for me in one clip. Now, next clip, we find out about the kind deeds done by both locals and foreigners. Stay tuned.